What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tracy, and today we're going to be discussing Jade's mysterious symbol and what it could possibly mean for the people of Fromville. So, just to dive right in, Jade has seen this symbol on screen about 4 different times that I'm aware of. So, the first time was the second day he was in Fromville. He goes exploring the town because he thinks he's in some kind of escape room, but he finds this bunker and there's an inner door, and when he opens it, he sees this corpse, and the corpse has been crushed by a huge boulder. There's like blood coming out of the face or coming out of the eyes. And at first it's just still, and all of a sudden it lets out this huge shriek, and it startles Jade. So Jade falls back onto the floor, and as he's looking up, he sees the symbol appear, and it's in blood. So that's the first time that he sees it. And then all of a sudden, everything's back to normal. So that's the first time he sees it. The second time he sees it, it's when him and Jim, they've kind of gone to the edge of the town, and they've found a huge tree because they're trying to get a radio signal. So while Jim is at the top of the tree, Jade is down at the base. And he has his hands rested on the tree. And I feel like, he starts feeling liquid running on his hands. So he's kind of looking like, what's going on? And when he sees it, he notices that it's blood. So he looks up, and there's these ripped bodies. Like, these bodies are kind of like shredded. And it looks like probably a monster attack. But they're hanging. They're suspended from the trees. And so he sees this, and as the camera pans back down, it pans down to the tree, and you see that the symbol is carved into the tree. So immediately after that, there's this undead looking soldier that has half his face burned, and he shoots at Jade. So Jade breaks out into running, and he's like, this guy's charging after him. So Jade falls onto the ground. The guy actually stabs him because, those old school guns, they have those swords on the edges of them. He takes it and he stabs Jade. So Jade's still squirming, trying to get away. And then all of a sudden, Jim is there leaning over him, like trying to get him to wake up. And he comes out of the vision. And, of course, he's fine, but he comes out of the vision. The third time he sees it, it's after the colony house, the thunderstorm. So he's in his room, and he's trying to roll a joint. And all of a sudden he starts seeing this symbol, huge symbol on the wall appearing. And once again, it looks like it's blood red. He looks to the side of him, and he sees this dummy. And then all of a sudden, this dummy lets out a scream, kind of similar to the scream that the guy in the bunker did with the boulder on him. But he lets out this scream, and Jade screams back this time, and then everything just goes back to normal. Symbol disappears, dummy disappears. So Jade goes back to doing what he's doing. The fourth time that he sees it, it is like he has a vision of it. It's season 2, and it's the scene where Jade's in the bar. He's in the bar sleeping, and all of a sudden he wakes up, and the guy from the picture that the journal belonged to, that guy is actually in Jade's room in a vision with the book open showing him the symbol. So, of course, I'm sure Jade probably was scared out of his mind and probably thought it was like a monster or something when he first woke up. But he said he couldn't go back to sleep, and he'd been up all, so he stays up, and he starts. Well, we don't see him do anything, but the next day when Victor comes by to, talk to him, we see he has these bottles all over the floor, and he's been trying to put them into the shape of the symbol. So now we are getting ready to have this huge, important discussion. So he gets the information straight from the horse's mouth. Jade's able to talk to Victor. So Victor's like, hey, play the violin for me, and I'll tell you some information about what happened when I was a kid. So pretty much what we find out from Victor is that the guy that Jade saw in the photo with the journal, this guy was nice. Everybody seemed to like him. And he ended up discovering the symbol or seeing the symbol just as Jade was. But then he started changing, like his personality started changing. And Victor says all he knows is that his mom told him, hey, find a new hiding spot that this guy does not know anything about, And he said he did that. The next morning he woke up, everyone was dead. That's the scene where you see Victor having that flashback. He opens up the bunker. There's bodies laying out everywhere. So this leads me to my prediction. My prediction is that whenever this symbol is being shown to you, something in this town has picked you, has chosen you to do its dirty work. And it's trying to get you to obsess over this symbol so that you configure it, or I don't know if there has to be some kind of ritual done, or he draws it out or he lays it out, kind of like he was doing with the bottles. But I think once he unlocks whatever secret that it is with this symbol, it's going to either open a portal or it's going to summon some kind of entity. And I think that entity, either one or two things, the entity itself is going to wreak havoc, or it's going to possess him and wreak havoc. And the reason why I say possibly possess him is because I think of that conversation that Jade had with Ethan. And Ethan said the symbol could make you do bad things. There's good symbols and bad symbols can make you do bad things. So it didn't say bad symbols can, if you open it up, somebody else is going to do the bad deed. He said it can make you do bad things. So I think that either Jade might summon something or open up a portal to something, but it may actually take over his body and it may cause him to kill people. And the reason why I said that is because we know that the monsters can't get inside your homes. So when you think about that scene with Victor, the flashback from his childhood, everybody was outside. So if anything, maybe this guy from the photo, maybe he was opening up doors, taking talismans down, letting the monsters inside, or maybe he himself was doing it. Maybe he was just ripping through doors and getting the people out, bringing them outside and just doing whatever he does with them. But that's my theory. And I think it's pretty plausible with everything that's going on I think it's pretty plausible. If you guys have any theories about what this symbol means, or how you think everything's going to play out with it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Also, I know I said that I was going to leave a little tidbit at the end of every video, and this is my little tidbit. So I remember when we were all trying to figure out what did that violin mean to Victor, and everybody was saying, oh, maybe the man in the photo was Victor's dad. I knew that wasn't Victor's dad, and I knew the violin did not belong to the man. I said that violin belonged to Victor's mom. And you can tell because he has this attachment to it. And I just kept thinking, he was saying his mom was this wonderful person and all this other stuff. So I'm thinking, hey, that violin belongs to her. She has some kind of talent for music. I wish I had made a video, because I knew that when the favor that he was going to ask, when I saw what the description was for episode 5, I knew the favor was going to be him, Jade playing the violin for him. But anywho, I know the violin, we now know the violin belongs to his mom. That dummy that we've been seeing, that dummy clearly belongs to the guy in the photo. And the reason why I say that is because Jade has been having all of these visions about the symbol. He's seen the man holding the journal in the symbol. He's also seen the dummy. So when Victor saw that dummy in the cave, when he was in the cave with Tabitha, it completely made him close off, and he went into this shock mode where he couldn't do anything. He just kind of sat down and almost gave up. If it wasn't for Tabitha pushing him, trying to get him to get up, he would have been dead. But that lets me know that some kind of fear is associated with that dummy. So that's why I believe the dummy belongs to the guy in the photo. I think we're going to find that out in the next coming episodes. So if that happens, just make sure you come back to this video and say, I told you so. Bye-bye.